This is not Flow 93.5. This is Flow 98.7.
Yes.
We got you some oxtail!
That's where you go.
I know there's been a new tagline, Flow 98.7, where black music lives. Now, are you guys gonna continue Extra Gravy? Some people love the tagline. Some people were a little bit confused by the tagline. You gave him side eye. Bombastic.
Bombastic.
Drake has not been on the radio station and has not publicly supported the radio station in a very, very, very long time. But like we've gotten the cosign from people like former hosts.
Alicia West, Marlon Palmer on the BG Show.
Hi.
Here to talk about their new show.
Excited, man.
Guys, congratulations on being the new co-hosts on Flow 98.7's new morning show.
Thank you.
Yes,
It's
yes.
a long time coming for some of us.
We're gonna get into it.
It's a revenge story.
It's like what do you call it? Like a lap around the around the sun.
Yeah,
But a
pretty
little
much.
bit different though.
Yes, very different.
Yeah.
So, new station owners and new people running it. Honestly, we sat in a staff meeting today and just being around so many beautiful black folks who work in media, who are ready to grind. It was so amazing. I almost cried.
And all the black women on the station as well.
Black women on top of that. Like, we haven't announced the full lineup yet, but
Are running things?
we have a lot of black women who are on air.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just get right into it because this is not Flow 93.5. This is Flow 98.7.
Yes.
Right? And a lot of people are still kind of confused about
Yes.
the Flow rebrand, the different station things. So can we try to clear that up for people out here? Marlon, do you want to clear it up? Alicia, you want to clear it up? I feel like Alicia, you really have to bring your background. So what happened?
Yeah. So there was Flow 93.5.
Yes.
That's where I used to work just before the pandemic. I got let go. And that was owned by a media company that owns multiple stations throughout Canada. And during the pandemic, they decided that they wanted to flip to something that they felt was more profitable.
Got it.
And as they were doing that, they were like, okay, let's reach out to G98.7. So G98.7 has been around for a while. They also got new owners. I guess they came together to just decide like, okay, we'll give you the license or like the branding of Flow. You guys could rename it. So that's essentially what had happened, which kind of sucks because it's like, okay, now we only have one station instead of two, what we were supposed to do. But it is what it is. And hopefully as we continue on right now and have the new talent come in and get infrastructures in place and proof to Canada that we can have a black station that is actually really dope, that's profitable, then hopefully others can come.
And you get that on 98.7.
Yes.
Finally, Toronto is getting some seasoning. Yo, I'm Alicia West.
And I'm Marlon Palmer, and we're about to spice up your morning.
What are you going to drop on us every single morning?
Listen, we got, the usual gossip in the pop culture, the gossip mill, and we have a ton of games that we've developed, some contests we've developed. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So you ain't going to talk about me if you see me stumbling out of the club.
Hey, that's
Alicia,
Toronto
you see me
news.
stumbling out of the club a few times.
That's Toronto news. That's Toronto news.
I've seen you at the club a few times yourself.
That's Toronto news. That's Toronto news. Listen, we gotta bring the community news as well, right? Gotta bring the local news as well. So nothing is off. Nothing is off bar.
Sweating out here.
Yeah. Depending what it is, it'll definitely get on air. Like that's one thing that Mastermind, who's been like literally masterminding
Big
this
up
whole
Mastermind,
thing.
yeah.
He said he loves that with our podcast, Marlon will find whoever goes viral and we'll get them on the show ASAP.
Now, you guys going to continue Extra Gravy? Because I know, that's been a huge success.
Yeah. We're not going to be stopping. That's podcast been going for 7 years now.
Yeah.
Alicia's been a part of it the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And man, it's been growing. It's been rising. Our community is amazing.
Yeah.
We're doing monthly live shows now. So it's even more opportunity for people to be involved with the show and surprise guests. We might, might have Brandon Gonez on one day. He's been on the podcast before. Early days. Very early days.
4 remain, and only you can make Marlon Palmer's dream a reality. The fate of 4 is in your hands.
Everybody remembers when you were on the VJ search, for example, right? And it didn't end out. I don't know if the outcome was what you wanted. I'm guessing not.
It wasn't at the time, but in hindsight, it was for the best.
It's for the best. But you kind of carved like this lane for yourself, right? Like being like one of the first like content creators before content creating was really a thing. You know, going viral on YouTube. Shit Toronto people say, right? Remember that video?
Definitely.
And then like just like you were shooting your shots in so many different ways and like stand-up comedy, all these things, staying true to who you are. And it's like to see you now land this gig, it's almost like, yeah, this guy deserves that. He's been putting in the time. He's been putting in the work. He's been staying true to himself. He hasn't like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't feel like enough in this city, people who do the grind, who do the work, who stay committed, who stay consistent, and then finally get something that they really deserve, get the appreciation. So I want to do that to you right now.
I appreciate
because there's a lot of people who saw this news and they're probably like, wow, this guy stayed committed. You know what I mean? About time, about time. So
that's what my mom
like,
said.
let's not give it some claps. Let's not give it some claps. And speaking on that, do we have
shit,
little
prizes?
surprise? Because you know, Mr. Gravy, we know he loves
I'll
some.
cry for the socials. Hold on.
You know, let's grab
Come
this
on,
for
get
you.
into your actor bag.
Yes.
Anybody have an onion? Anyone have an onion? I need an onion and a napkin.
Yeah.
The grand reveal.
All right, we got you some oxtail.
That's Curry Goat. All right.
Oh, we got Curry Goat. I thought we were getting oxtail producer Hope. We got you Curry Goat. Damn.
It's it's curry chicken.
Failure.
Hey man, I'm gonna eat it same ways.
Well, I mean,
it's
listen,
okay.
Curry Goat is still good. Are you Curry Goat?
I'm fine.
Where's this from?
The islands.
That's wild.
Which islands?
The islands. So it's called the islands.
That's what the place is
No, it's
called.
called the islands. Yeah, literally. It's a beautiful restaurant. They have a few locations in the city. They're owned by 2 Jamaicans, young black men.
Nice.
Who literally they make some of the best food.
This is great.
And so they have a location. They just opened one in the Well. They have one here in Liberty
Oh,
Village.
wow, nice.
Yeah.
Marlon, I'm gonna take you up
you get
for
extra
some
gravy?
oxtail. Producer Hope, I don't know what happened there.
Listen, the prices. She probably saw the price and said,
No.
The price of oxtail is crazy.
"Gotta make oxtail cheap again."
You're like the oxtail prime minister. Like people look out to you to make sure that the prices stay.
We're working
He's
behind the scenes.
the biggest advocate.
We're working behind the scenes. I'm in touch with Sean King.
You're in touch with Sean King.
Me and some people are working behind the scenes on making the oxtail cheap again.
The G signal or the OG, obviously now Flow, isn't the best if you go a little bit outside of Toronto.
It's limited.
It's limited.
And we can't do anything about
Right.
that. That's just how frequency works,
Yeah.
right? So we're still obviously going to work on trying to make it more accessible for people who want to listen to the show. Sorry, but yeah, right now the best bet is the app.
What we hear from a lot of Toronto artists is that, it's so hard to get radio play, so hard to get radio play, so hard to get radio play. You guys are branding it as this is something different, something fresh, something that's for the city. What can Toronto artists expect?
Well, we don't really control the music.
Right.
Yeah.
We control what the talking points
Got it.
and
That type of content.
Yeah. One thing I will say to that with Toronto artists, especially if you're trying to get on the radio, is make radio edits.
But to be honest, it's really hard if you have black music to get on the radio within Canada, and that's because we don't have the infrastructure and multiple radio stations to do it. I used to work for Warner Music, left to do this, but having those artists, and these are big artists too, like Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion raps too much, so most pop stations aren't going to play her, right? So it's not just a Toronto artist problem, it's a black music problem throughout Canada, and that's because we don't have enough radio stations that cater to black music that's not just pop-ish, right?
Well, speaking of black music, I know there's been a new tagline, Flow 98.7, where black music lives.
Flow 98.7 is where black music lives.
And we stand on business here.
Okay. So let's talk about that a little bit, because we stand on it. I know some people love the tagline, some people were a little bit confused by the tagline.
There's a lot of people who are confused about it.
So let's clear it up a little bit.
But I think they're not confused. I think they're being obtuse.
What does that mean?
Because it says where black music lives. What's the explanation needed?
I mean,
what's the explanation needed?
I think for some people they're wondering like, what defines black music?
When you break it down, and this black music thing really came about during the pandemic when, Black Lives Matter stuff happened. That's when the black music tagline really came about. And that's because before, white folks went and said, we're going to call music that's hip hop or whatever urban music. Right? And
So
we didn't
language.
create it.
For ghetto,
Yes. We didn't create it. Like, black folks didn't create it. So the music industry labels, they were like, okay, how can they were kind of faced with how can we better support this type of music, and they decided that they were going to rename all of their urban marketing departments to black music. So if you do work at a label, then you would know there are black music like departments more times than not, and so that's
Under
what
the guise of urban.
they changed it. Yeah.
Oh, so they just even changed it now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it was
Okay.
urban music,
Right.
and they were like, we're no longer. They literally made mandates across like all the major labels, Sony, Universal, Warner. They all agreed that they were changing all the terminologies that they had in regards to urban music to black music. So that's all it is that it's a variety of music that black people created. We created hip hop. We created soca,
Afrobeats,
et cetera,
rock and
et cetera.
roll,
We really created all these other things, but when it comes to, what most black people listen to right now, that's what it's.
Anything
Like
with
the
a drum
tagline.
is ours.
Yeah.
Let's
And so
start there.
yeah.
Anything with a drum, that's us. Like
there's a little beat. Oh yeah. That's us.
808s.
Yeah. Got you.
Starting Monday, January 15th, Alicia Ace West and Marlon Palmer from the world famous Extra Gravy podcast are now waking you up on Flow 98.7.
This industry's small. Everybody knows everybody. The former host of the show, the former host of the show, the former host of the show. Like, everybody knows everybody. You guys know what I'm trying to say? You guys know what I'm Okay, I hope I don't have to hit it right on the head. Okay.
Yeah. But we've gotten the cosign from people like former
Talk about the
hosts.
cosigns.
Like Mark and Jem both
Right.
hit us up individually.
Mark
and
and
whatever.
Jem are both amazing.
I love
people.
both of them, man.
They
Yeah,
are
we
legends.
love them.
Yes. And it
had-
shows their character that they hit you guys up and say,
Yeah.
"Take this baton
Yeah.
and run."
Literally
hit us
that
up,
words.
they hit
Those
us
words.
up.
That's
Literally those
exactly.
words.
We know Mark. Mark,
Yeah.
like those. That's
Yeah.
their personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people got to think about it. We need to evolve.
Yeah.
You need to keep going. So Mark and Jem did what they needed to do so that other people can come and they would help elevate them. And then we're just standing on the backs of those giants,
Yeah.
So they're so supportive, and I appreciate that because, obviously people have their thoughts, but they co-sign us.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What's your biggest dream interview as you take on this
interview.
role starting Monday, January
Rihanna.
15th?
I think Rihanna would be amazing.
Riri.
Yeah, for personal reasons.
Why are you talking? What personal reasons?
Well, I was on
She has a man now.
for now.
Which you
Hey.
get. Oh,
I'm playing.
Marlon
No.
loves Rihanna. Okay?
No, I think she just gives really great interviews. Like
Yeah.
we saw that moment with T-Rex.
yeah.
That was an incredible
That was a
moment.
beautiful
She's
moment.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
I think she embodies what flow is about.
What about you?
Am I
Alicia?
being realistic or?
Yeah. Or you be both.
Yeah.
Speak whatever you want into existence.
love-
Powerful things happen in the studio.
Yeah. I feel that. You know what? I would really love if Drake could come and do an interview.
Yeah.
Drake
That'd be
has
amazing.
not been on the radio station and has not publicly supported the radio station in a very, very, very long time. So I would love if we could get a Drake interview, and
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that would be great for the city.
Yeah.
Super full circle.
Yep.
For sure.
A
We'll
full
put
circle
that message
moment,
out there.
a stamp.
We'll put that
you know what I
message out
mean?
there and let it
Yeah.
go into the ethos and let the things happen the way they happen.
Because even when he did that one song and he shouted out, what was it, WBLK in Buffalo,
Yep.
and he had
The
it was
Quiet
just like,
Storm
Yeah.
interlude. Yeah.
like
yeah.
bruh, like
Yeah.
we need that, like
Yeah.
Flow needs that.
We want to play a little game, by the way. Producer Hope, can we get face pads? The faces? All right, I'm going to give
Not
you
the
each one of
Gatorade.
these.
Okay,
There you go.
Not the Gatorade.
everybody loves this picture. Right?
This one too. Everybody loves this picture. Yo.
This was when Marlon was skinny.
Skinny.
So this game is called Most Likely To, okay?
Okay.
Question number 1. Who's most likely to cuss on air?
No.
Oh!
I don't know. I don't think any of us.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
No, I don't think any of us, because I have the radio experience,
she's
you
been
know,
doing
so
this for a
I
while.
already know that you can't.
It's gonna be me.
You think you-
I feel like he might slip
where
up
do you
once.
think you're gonna drop first?
I might say shit, but I will change it to shiitake mushroom. So, you guys do hear that? It will be delayed.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. Who's most likely to queue up the wrong song?
I'm ahead of the queue, so you know. Only I can mess it up.
Okay, who's most likely to have the smoothest on-air voice?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I agree.
Yeah. Have you been practicing yours though?
No, it's just my voice.
Yeah.
I don't
He
think
said,
I
I am who I am.
I am who I am.
who
What do I
I
have
am."
to
Again, authenticity.
Yeah.
Authenticity, you know?
I'll have the better pato though.
Oh, yeah. You gave him side eye. Bombastic.
Bombastic side.
That's fine.
Okay, this is a good one. Who's most likely to be late? You're gonna miss a show?
I'm not gonna miss a show.
Not gonna miss a show.
I'm gonna stumble in a couple minutes late. You know? My goal is to get there for 5:30, which means I'll probably get there for 5:40, and then the show starts at 6. So.
Yeah, but you're also a woman too. You know, women have to get themselves together and everything like
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
Yeah.
But mornings are not easy. They're tough.
No.
They're tough.
You would know.
Listen, trauma triggered.
Mornings in Saskatchewan.
Okay, last one. Who's most likely to have the best jokes on air? Yay!
gotta take that one.
Hey,
It's my job.
don't get it twisted.
It's my
Though.
job.
I am.
She got the jokes though.
I'm a
Yeah.
secret
Yeah.
comedian,
Yeah, I
and
know.
they don't respect me
Well,
enough.
that's a lie.
Why
That's a lie. We tried to get her on stage. She won't do it.
Yeah.
I said that you guys didn't want me.
You don't want
Okay,
it.
so
Next
him and
week.
Norm.
Come
Yeah.
next week.
Him and Norm.
Yeah.
They do the extra gravy comedy shows
Yeah.
once a month on Wednesdays.
Third Wednesday of every
Yes.
month.
Third
Yes,
Wednesday.
Norm.
Yeah.
Yes,
What
yes.
happened to Norm?
Nothing happened to him.
It's just very early.
Yeah.
Norm's not a morning guy.
Yeah.
Plus, he travels a lot for comedy. Like he's going to
He
California.
does so much
for
stand-up, right?
Comedy.
Okay,
Yeah. So
just clearing
And
up, right? No, but just in case
yeah.
people are
Even
wondering. hey,
theater
what
stuff.
happened?
It's
Yeah.
nothing against Norm. We
Yeah.
love Norm.
Yeah.
Like he's still a part of Extra Gravy and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But it's kind of like we got to think about it as two different entities. You
Yeah.
know? Shout out to Norm.
big up Norm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big Norm.
Yeah, big
We
up
love
Norm.
him.
Big
We
up
love him. We love
Norm.
him. Yeah.
And big up Alicia and Marlon, guys.
Yay.
Big up Alicia and Marlon.
Thank you for having us.
We wish
Yeah.
you guys honestly all the best.
Thank you.
Monday, January 15th,
Mm-hmm.
6 a.m. Flow 98.7, the new
Yes.
morning show premieres.
Ace and Marlon in the morning.
Hey, it's BG, and I want to know, what do you think about what you just watched? Make sure to drop your thoughts in the comments below, but also make sure to check out even more great content like this video and this video over here. And if you haven't subscribed to the Brandon Gona Show, do so right now by clicking this button right here.